we're going to spend a minute or two talking about the Form 95, which is the annual return of withholding federal income tax. Since contractors receive compensation through non-payroll payments, normally if a business is required to have backup withholdings withheld, those are reported on a Form 1095. Okay, so reasons that you would need to complete a Form 945 are that backup withholding is required, and some reasons that backup withholding might be required is that the contractor refuses to send a W-9, or they request voluntary backup withholdings to be withheld from their regular invoice payments. A form, and so this is just what the Form 945 looks like. You fill out, the top part with the information, and then, how much federal withholdings, and then it wants you to break it down by month down here in this section. Who submits 1099s and when are they due? Who should be submitting a Form 1099? So they're business only tattletale forms. So only business owners who pay people, or, independent contractors and freelancers need to submit a 1099, or business owners who pay rent to another business that is not a property manager, businesses who pay attorney fees. And then I broke down 1099s into this, or that I have a chart that shows when the 1099 miscellaneous and 1099 NEC is due. And there's a typo here. When I was updating my slides, I forgot to update it. Last year, January 31st was on the weekend. And so their 1099 NECs and miscellaneouses are due to the recipient on January 31st. And the 1099 miscellaneous is due to the government either February 28th if they're mailed, or March 31st if they're filed electronically. And this is the reason that they reactivated the 1099 NEC, is because not only are they due to the recipient on January 31st, they're due to the IRS on January 31st, whether they're mailed or electronically filed. And what was happening before they reactivated this was people would send a 1099 with NEC used to be box 7, but they would send the 1099 to the IRS, and with some, 1099 for rent, and all of them would be late because they could only assign one due date to a batch, or only one date to a batch. So if one return in the whole batch was late, they were all late. The last year, the 1099 e-filing requirements changed. So if there is a total of 10 of any of these forms, it is required that they be filed electronically. If somebody has 8 1099s and 3 W-2s, they're required to file electronically. And there's a lot of different e-file options. The most common are Track1099 and Tax1099. They both integrate with a lot of accounting software. And I know with Tax1099, it gives you the option to file with a missing social security number, or EIN. You shouldn't file that way, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And so you do need to have a way that you can file if you are missing any of the information. Later, we're going to talk about how to make sure you do have everything ahead of time. There are free ways that you can file 1099s, and that is through FIRE, which requires a transmitter control code. And that's recommended if you have a large volume of forms, like thousands of 1099s. Iris requires a different transmitter control code from Fire, and you can submit up to 100 records per upload with a CSV template.